That time again, Captain Protein here, Captain Protein's Kitchen. Today, we are going to cook some brownies. Yes, I'm going to show you the simplest, easiest thing to do to cook brownies. But before I show you, I want to show you my partner in crime that designs all the really cool labels that we have and stuff. She designs these awesome cups, Captain Protein cups. See these things right here? It says, trust God, faith, never give up, and believe. I drink out of this cup every single morning. I love this cup. Oh, thank you, Summer. I love you. These cups are so awesome. So if you go to our website, CaptainProteinCookies.com, we have a code, MOMOBOX. Again, MOMOBOX, and you'll get 20% off. So go there and get your Captain Protein cup. We'll have some other cool stuff that she's making. All right, thank you, Summer. Okay, now, brownies. Woo! Now, you're going to have to melt chocolate. You're going to have to get cocoa. You're going to have to do all this stuff. No, you don't. I'm going to show you the greatest, easiest way to make brownies and bump them up with some protein. Any one of the mixes that you get in the store, any one of these mixes are the best mixes to use when you're making stuff. Unless you're going to make it from scratch, all the stuff is put together, and the recipes on the back are going to make the product taste unbelievable, fantastic. Now, we're going to make it healthier by using a different oil, and we're going to add some protein powder there. So today we're going to follow the recipe on the back. We're going to open up any protein mix you get will work fine. Here's our little pack. So we're going to take our pack out here. I'm going to open it up here. All right. Now my eyes may be a little red because I went surfing before this. I got my 2-hour workout. All right. There we go. All right, awesome. We got that. Put that back in the garbage. Now we're going to add 2 eggs. Guess what? I like to make it healthy, so I use egglands. These eggs. These hens eat what they're supposed to eat. So these eggs have omega-3, 6, and 9. Omega-3, 6, and 9. Yeah. Can you say that? Omega-3, 6, 9, which is much more healthier for you. Or healthier for you. Now I'm going to crack my eggs. One. Two. Now you also want to make sure when you crack eggs into your stuff, sometimes the shell get in there, so you want to make sure. Let me just... Rinse my hands off real quick. Here we go. Paper towel. All right. Now we get the eggs there. Now the recipe also calls for okay, we put our eggs in there. Now we're going to I follow exactly the recipe. Calls for 2/3 cup of oil. Now what we're going to do is we want to bump it up. I'm going to put some olive oil in there, but I'm going to put a light tasting olive oil. So this way it doesn't really mask the flavor, all right? So here we go, 2/3 cup. Put in there 2/3 cup. Here we go with the light tasting oil. 1, 2, 2, 2, ba, 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 ba. Put the oil in there. We got that going. Now, we got to put some water in there. I believe it's a 1/4 cup. Let me go back to the recipe. Remember, always keep the box around. Don't throw the box out because you want to look on the back of the recipe. You may think you know it, and all of a sudden you forget something. I do it all these years. I've been cooking, 56 years. I still have the recipes down in front of me. All right, now we're going to put a 1/4 cup of water. Now I like to use bottled water to put in my recipe. So we got a 1/4 cup. Bada boom. There we go. Yee-hoo. All right, can't wait to taste these. Now, we're going to bump it up. I'm going to add some vanilla whey protein. Some of our vanilla whey protein. I'm going to add one nice big giant scoop. This way they become more healthier. We added the extra oil. We added olive oil instead of oil. The light tasting olive oil you want to get. And we're going to put some whey protein powder in there. A hydro isolate, a vanilla flavor, because we'll give it a little bit better of a flavor than the unflavored. Now we're going to take it, we're going to mix it up. Now, we don't have to put it in a blender or in your stand-up mixer. I took from my stand-up mixer, I got my little whisk here. I'm going to whisk it around myself till those are all together. Here we go, a little wixie. Yee-hoo. All right, mix that up really good. Yeah, mix that up. There we go. That's just going to be. There we go. Want to make sure everything is mixed up. Okay. Now I'm going to. Should look like that, like in there. It's going to be a little thick. Now I'm going to take my spatula, my famous spatula that Julia Child said, you must use this spatula when you take this way. You get all this liquid out, all this cake batter. So we're going to mix that up a little bit more, a little better. There we go. All right, here we go. Now. I have a 9 by 9 inch square pan, right? So even though it's a non-stick, I like to put a little butter in the bottom, and then I coat it with some flour. So first you put the butter in, and then you put some little flour in, and you go from side to side. Okay. Now we're going to throw the excess out. Now we're going to take our brownie mix. You see that pour in there like that? Going right like that. Oh, these are going to be so good. Oh, yes. Look at that. These are excellent. This is can't be any more simple than that. You just buy the box. You don't have to worry about melting chocolate and getting the flour. It's already done for you in any one of those boxes you sell. It doesn't matter what the brand is. All right. It's called Kiss, like my dad used to say. Dad used to say all the time, George, Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. And that's right. Sometimes you try to make things too fancy, they don't work out. All right, now wipe our hands off. Now we got this. We got our oven preheated. Remember to always preheat your oven before you go. My recipe calls for the oven to be heated at 350. And we're going to cook this for approximately 30 to 35 minutes. But remember, you always want to check, even though you use a timer, check 5 minutes before to make sure that it didn't cook too quick. You always got to check your oven, because even though your oven works sometimes it doesn't work the same always. All right? So now, we got our brownie mix here. We're going to make sure that it's all evened out. I'm going to take the rest, put it in there, boom. And what I'm going to do is, folks, you see how I pack this down? This is going to make sure it's even on the countertop. Boom, boom. Okay. Here we go in the oven. All right. I'll see you in 25 minutes when this comes out of the oven. Okay. You know what that means, boys and girls? That the brownies are done. All right, we got them out now. Here they are. Okay, now I'm going to show you something that we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to put a little glaze on the top. Since I ran out of butter, I was going to ice it, but since I don't have the butter, we're going to use milk and powdered sugar, and that makes like a little glaze on it, like a glazed donut, but a glazed brownie. So first, let's take our powdered sugar. We got powdered sugar here and milk. And we're going to take about, let's say about 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Any powdered sugar will do. And I'm going to take some milk. I'll put a little bit of milk. Little bit of tiny milk. Probably about a half a tablespoon at first. You want to be stingy at first because you can always add more powder. We're going to mix that up. If you can see, mixing that up there. Okay, let's see here. Let's mix that up. Oh, this is going to go good right over your brownie. I like to use a fork to mix it up. Alright, here we go. Okay, here we go. Alright, it should be dripped like this. That's about good. Let me add, it's a little bit too thin. I'm going to add a little bit more of the powdered sugar, probably about a 1/4 teaspoon. All right, let's go on here. Oh, that's getting good there, boys and girls. Oh, that's gonna look so good. That's gonna taste so good. The dark chocolate cocoa brownies. Okay, so if you see that like that, you see how that drips? Watch this. Boom, and there you go. Okay, so now let's take our brownie. Let's cut it. I like to use my pastry knife here. All right, so to make these when I was a kid, my mom. All right, so we're gonna cut here. Oh, those are gonna look. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'm gonna cut a nice big chunk here. All right. And there you have it, boys and girls. Look at that right there. Look at the gooey on the inside and how it's nice and hard and crispy on the outside. We're going to set that up on our plate here. And now we're going to put our little drizzle on there. Ho, ho, ho. Look at that. A little bit more. Wow. That is amazing. Look at that right there. So then you have, there you have it, folks. Look at that right there. Oh, that is going to be good. Ooh, I can't wait to try that with a glass of milk in my Captain Protein mug that someone made. Love these cups. Okay. Captain Protein says, say your prayers, do your exercises, eat your Captain Protein cookie, and you too can be a superhero in your own life. Woo!